Struggling to keep the lights on this season? Man, you are definitely not alone. Extreme weather here in Missouri is causing some household utility bills to literally double or even triple. And that creates this massive, incredibly stressful financial spike for families. But hey, if you're opening your utility bill with absolute dread right now, I need you to take a deep breath. Today, we're going to lay out a clear, actionable playbook to get you some actual relief. I am so thrilled to guide you through this explainer today. Look, we are going to decode what can honestly feel like a total maze of utility assistance available right here in Missouri. Because here's the thing, there are legal protections, federal grants, and utility-sponsored programs out there specifically designed to help you. But navigating them, yeah, it can be overwhelming. So we're going to break it all down step by step so you know exactly what your options are and exactly how to claim them. Okay, let's just jump right into our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover the utility cost crisis, then your legal shutoff protections, the major bill assistance programs, exactly how eligibility and application steps work, some real-world impact and resources, and finally, we'll wrap up with long-term savings and tips. All right, part one, the utility cost crisis. Let's look at the real toll this extreme weather takes. It is so important to validate the intense challenges Missourians face when the weather gets wild. If a single cold snap or a blistering heat wave has ever threatened your financial well-being, consider this staggering number for a second: 347,000. In 2025 alone, United Way's 211 specialists handled over 347,000 contacts from residents across the region who were searching for essential services, including utility help. So if you feel like you're the only one facing this crisis, you are absolutely not alone. Thousands of your neighbors are reaching out for the exact same relief. Which brings us to part two, your legal shutoff protections. Think of this as your shield against panic. Before we even talk about applications and paperwork, we need to talk about your immediate defenses. Missouri has two major legal shields enforced by the Public Service Commission to give you some serious breathing room. On the left, you've got the cold weather rule. This runs from November 1st to March 31st, and it means utilities legally cannot disconnect your heat if the local forecast predicts the temperature will drop below 32 degrees in the next 24 hours. And on the right, the hot weather law protects you from June 1st to September 30th. They cannot shut off your power if the temperature is predicted to top 95 degrees or if the heat index hits 105. But there are a few crucial caveats here, so listen closely. These rules only apply to investor-owned utilities, think companies like Ameren or Evergy. They do not apply to municipal systems, cooperatives, or truck-delivered propane. Also, to actually keep your service going under the cold weather rule, you have to enter a payment plan and pay at least 50% of your actual bill or whatever levelized amount you agreed to. Now, if you're ever facing an illegal shutoff on one of these protected weather days, call the Missouri Public Service Commission immediately at 1-800-392-4211. Okay, moving right along to part three, major bill assistance programs. Let's talk about the actual funds available to clear those balances. So, we've got the legal shields up. Now, where's the money coming from? The biggest federal heavy hitter in Missouri is LIHEAP. That's the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. It basically works in two ways. First, there's Standard Energy Assistance, or EA, which is a one-time payment of up to $495 for your heating bills. Second is the Energy Crisis Intervention Program, or ESIP. This is the emergency fund that kicks in when you actually have a shutoff notice or maybe a broken furnace. ESIP can give you up to $800 in the winter and $300 in the summer. Just a quick heads up, though. To qualify for LIHEAP, you can't have more than $3,000 in total bank or retirement assets.
But hey, it's not just federal grants. The investor-owned utility companies offer their own amazing programs, too. Take Ameren, Missouri, for example. They run the Dollar More program, which is completely funded by donations and offers up to $600 a year. Then they've got Warm Neighbors, Cool Friends. I love this one because it's designed for moderate income families. You know, folks who might make just a little too much to qualify for LIHEAP. It offers up to $500 for heating and $200 for cooling, as long as you've made a matching payment recently. And for gas customers, they have a program called Clean Slate that can literally clear past due balances if you can pay just 10% of what you owe. Now, if you happen to be in Evergy's service area, they have something called the Economic Relief Pilot Program, or ERPP. Instead of a one-time lump sum, this gives you a steady, consistent credit of up to $65 on your monthly bill for a full 12 months. It's a game changer. To qualify, your account just has to be in good standing, meaning you aren't currently disconnected. Evergy actually runs this in partnership with the Salvation Army, making it a super reliable resource for managing bills over the long haul. All right, part 4. Eligibility and application steps.
Let's figure out how you actually claim these funds. So the million-dollar question, do you actually qualify? Let's cut right through all that dense federal poverty level jargon for a second. If you look at a single-person household, LIHEAP requires a gross monthly income below $2,839. But look closely at the other programs. Things like Dollar More reach all the way up to 300% of the poverty level. That means a single person making up to $3,990 in a 30-day period could still qualify. And naturally, as your household size grows, those income limits go up significantly. So here is your step-by-step game plan. First, find your local community action agency. There are 18 of them spread across Missouri, or identify the specific nonprofit partner, like the Salvation Army that handles the program. Step 2, gather your documents. Step 3, get that application submitted. For LIHEAP, you can do this super easily online at mydss.mo.gov or just by mail. And finally, step 4, and please do not skip this, continue making your minimum payments. Processing these applications can take up to 30 days, so you really want to keep your account active and avoid any late fees while you wait. Let me actually backtrack to step 2 for just a second. The documents. Look, missing paperwork is literally the #1 reason applications get delayed. So let's anticipate that friction and have everything ready to go. You are going to need recent copies of your utility bills, plus any disconnect notices you've gotten. You need proof of your gross income, so recent pay stubs, Social Security award letters, or pensions. You'll also need proof of your current address, like a lease or a tax bill, proof of everyone living in the household, and proof of U.S. citizenship or permanent residence. Gather the whole shebang before you even start the application. Let's shift gears to part 5, real impact and resources. Let's talk about your real-world support net. I want to step away from the bureaucratic paperwork for a minute and look at the human element here, because there is a massive real-world support network available to you. 9,000. That's the number of mid-Missouri families helped annually by just one single agency, the Central Missouri Community Action through LIHEAP. That is 9,000 families who successfully kept their lights on or got their heat restored. These programs are not just empty promises on a government website, they work. They are saving families from extreme hardship every single year. And remember, this isn't just government red tape. A lot of this is community-driven. As Michelle D. Tucker, the president and CEO of United Way of Greater St. Louis, puts it, Dollars More remains one of the most meaningful examples of neighbors helping neighbors. So many of these funds, like Ameren's Dollar More or Warm Neighbors, Cool Friends, are fueled by everyday donations. It's a genuine safety net, woven together by people who just want to make sure their community stays safe and warm. So where is your village in all this? Well, if you ever feel totally overwhelmed, your absolute best starting line is to simply dial 211. That connects you to the United Way's 24/7 resource navigation team. They are incredible. You've also got those 18 local community action agencies on the ground ready to help. If you're dealing with a nasty dispute with your utility company, the Office of the Public Counsel is there to back you up. And of course, mydss.mo.gov is your go-to portal for LIHEAP. Finally, part 6, long-term savings and tips. How to future-proof your home. Look, emergency funds are an absolute lifesaver, but finding long-term savings is how we permanently reduce that energy burden. The Missouri Department of Natural Resources runs the Low-Income Weatherization Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. This is a phenomenal resource that provides home energy conservation services. We're talking adding insulation, sealing up drafts, at absolutely no cost to qualified homeowners and renters. By making your home more energy efficient, you permanently lower the amount of electricity or gas you even need to use in the first place. Now, that weatherization assistance is available for households making up to 200% of the federal poverty level, and they do give priority to seniors over 60, families with disabled members, and households with kids. But even beyond home upgrades, you should definitely call your utility company about budget billing or average payment plans. What these do is calculate your average yearly usage and divide it into 12 equal monthly payments. It completely eliminates those terrifying summer or winter spikes. Oh, and one more thing. If anyone in your home relies on critical medical equipment, make sure you register for medical hardship extensions to get extra protections and flexible payment options. Just a quick but important heads up here as we wrap up this explainer. Everything we've covered today is for educational purposes. Guidelines, funding amounts, even the temperature thresholds, they can all change. So please, always contact the relevant agencies. Call the Public Service Commission, dial 211, or reach out directly to your utility provider to get personalized, up-to-date advice before making any major decisions on your account. Always do a little independent research to verify. I want to leave you with this one thought. Have you checked your eligibility before the next extreme weather season hits? Seriously, Don't wait for a shutoff notice to arrive in the mail before you start looking into this. The resources are out there, your community really does want to help, and the power is in your hands to take action today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and stay safe out there.